Hi there! In this video I'm going to show you how to make this sweet little necklace using sodalite teardrops and a really cute pendant. So here I have all the components for this necklace arranged on a bead design board. I have sodalite beads, I have these little 4mm stone beads, also some 4mm gunmetal colored beads, and of course this really cute charm from House of Gems called Two Turtledoves. The sodalite beads are side top drilled teardrops from House of Gems as well. But let me show you how I got here, because this is how we use a bead design board. So generally when you're designing a piece of jewelry, you start with your main components. In this case, my pendant. That's going to go right in the center here. And then I have these sodalite beads. I don't have a lot of them, so then I want to space them out, and then I'll fill in with something else. And the markings on the board can be helpful, so we often work from our main components all the way down to the more filler pieces. And then after looking at that, I decided I wanted something white in there. And so to fill in those spaces, 3 seemed like a good number of each, but you could go back and add more or less. And so there you can see I have those all arranged. So the bead design board is really helpful in just letting you see pretty much how your design is going to look when you're done. It'll vary a little because the beads may hang a little differently. And then just to break up all this white, I decided to put in one of these gunmetal colored beads in between these white beads. And it kind of ties it in with the pendant as well. So often with strung designs, most of your work is done in the design phase. So once your design is laid out, you just need a few things to finish it up. You'll need a couple jump rings. I'm going to use one to hang my pendant, a clasp, a couple pieces of chain and the length you need to make your necklace, however long you want it. And then 2 crimps, 2 crimp covers, and 2 wire protectors, and of course some bead stringing wire. For tools, you'll need chain nose pliers, crimping pliers, and wire cutters. So onto your piece of bead stringing wire, which is cut a few inches longer than you need for the length of your beads, slide a crimp, and then add a wire protector. Add the end of one of your pieces of chain, and then slide that wire end back through the crimp. Alright, and then use your crimping pliers to flatten that crimp. Check and make sure it's holding tightly, and then use wire cutters to trim that excess wire. And use crimping pliers to pick up a crimp. The round parts hold it nicely, and then you can put that over your crimp. So it just looks like there's a little bead there. And now you just start stringing on your design. So I just wanted to show you I'm at the halfway point of my stringing here, and I've gone ahead and added the jump ring to my pendant, and I'm going to add that to my wire now. Because I'm using a jump ring, I could add it later, but I want the thickness that the jump ring takes up to be figured in, so that if I add it later, it might end up being too snug. Now I've finished stringing on all my beads, and just like the other end, I've added the crimp, the wire protector, the end of the other length of chain, and then the wire goes back through the crimp, and then we're going to pull it up, but not too tight, because if you pull it up really tight, I'll show you how stiff and just unattractive the necklace looks. The beads don't have any room to move. So you want to back it out a little so that they have room to just drape. See how much nicer that drapes? Just drapes nicely. And now you can just go ahead and crimp that. I'm using the 1-step crimper. You can just use crimping pliers. And as before, check to make sure it's holding strong, trim it with wire cutters, and add a crimp cover. The final step will be to use the jump ring to add the clasp to the right side of the necklace for right-handed people. And here's the necklace all done. It's a really nice way of using beads when you only have a few that you want to focus on. It really makes them the star of the show. So happy creating.